Coming up in Brooklyn and in every single borough, just absolute elation. Knicks super fan. Fat Joe was there. He was on the road too, even a guest conductor on the New York subway giving out Knicks gear. Fat Joe all in on his team. Joining us now is one of my favorite people on the planet, hip-hop icon, diehard Knicks fan, Fat Joe. I'm so excited to finally have you on SportsCenter.
Yo, Hannah, let me tell you something. It's a dream come true. Don't tell Stephen A. It's a dream come true to be on SportsCenter. You know that.
You know
How you
what
been?
else?
How you been? You family, Hannah.
I know. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy for you as a lifelong Knicks fan. 1 million people are expected to line the streets of the Canyon of Heroes for this Knicks parade. I know you got to have something special planned for the people. What do you have tomorrow?
You know, Mr. Dolan and the Knicks tapped me to run the hip-hop division. So my float, we got Wu-Tang, we got Mobb Deep, we got M.O.P., we got Mary J., we got Remy Ma, we got Q-Tip, we got Fabulous, Ja Rule, The Locks, my partner Jadakiss. I mean, it's gonna be a
Wow.
Young Miami.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, we got the Planet Earth coming in.
There. Yeah, that is
Mary
incredible.
J, the Queen.
Yes, the Queen. And
Queen.
that just speaks to, this is beyond sports, right? I mean, this is about the culture. This is about New York, you know? For people who might not understand that, like, how would you explain it, what this has meant to the city?
Man, I FaceTimed my brother Q-Tip yesterday, and you know he's quiet. He was in a park basking in the sun, with his Knick gear on, talking about the legends that never made it from the Knicks. He was like, man, Charlie Ward, this one and that one, and Ronaldo Balkman. He says, I'm thinking about those guys. And I mean, the only way to describe it is to be in euphoria, be the happiest you ever been in your life. And there's nothing like winning a chip. And in New York City, we ain't been able to act up. We ain't been able to feel like this. I'm sure you've seen videos of the people in the streets. Tomorrow's going to be incredible. And that's why we had to get the float together to make sure it represents New York in the ultimate way. Shout out to Melly Mel and Mr. Ness. We're going to do It's Like a Jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. You know, we got the whole hip-hop community. This is going to be like the Hall of Fame of Hall of Fame.
I mean, it's royalty. You're bringing out music royalty, hip-hop royalty. You're bringing out
Yes, we are.
basketball royalty. And to be there and share that with everyday fans who were watching you front row on television the whole time. I got to ask you, though, about the Humpty Dumpty dance, because our poor guy, Victor Wembanyama, couldn't hit. Who could possibly hit those free throws? So
he couldn't hit a shot. You got Fat Joe. But I just wanted my people in New York to know I'm just an everyday fan. I wanted them to know, look, I'm just like you. I don't care. I'm not trying to act like a superstar. I want to be like you. And I'm fighting for you, everybody who's watching. And thank God that Wembanyama gets a little nervous when he shoots around Fat Joe, you know?
Especially when you're dancing like that. And the Knicks were down by as many as 29, and nobody left their seats. So
no, we didn't give up. We believed. I told my whole section, I got a thing where I say we got Captain Clutch. And I told them we got Captain Clutch. I got a thing about the best ever, right? So if Tom Brady's the best ever, if Mahomes the best ever, I don't care if they're down with like a minute left. I always say if they're truly the GOATs, they're going to win. And that's how I look at Brunson. I say, yo, if he's truly a Tom Brady, if he's truly a Michael Jordan, a GOAT, we're going to win. And sure enough, he finds a way for us to win. And shout out to OG Anunoby. I mean, everybody played a big part. You know, Big Mitch. Wow, what defense Mitch plays. I mean, everybody plays their part. Alvarado, in that game you just showed, he was big in there. So,
Cat,
you know.
what about Cat, my friend? You can't leave him out.
No, Cat 6-time All-Star, nothing you could do. I don't even know. People are dizzy when they even questioned Cat. Like, Cat, we ran the whole offense, the whole playoffs through Cat. Cat played point. He stood in a 3-point line and was passing that thing. They couldn't figure that out. Like, Cat is a legend, a Hall of Famer, first-time Hall of Famer, no way around it.
Fat Joe, you have done so many incredible things in your life. You have accomplished so much. You've done so much for other people, the city of New York and the culture. But I'm wondering, on a really personal level, as a fan, as somebody who grew up in the Bronx and rooting for the Knicks and seeing them through good times and bad times, what did this mean to you, my friend?
Well, to me, it means everything. That's crazy. That's a 360 question because I once won an award. I met the Bronx Borough president because they made me write an essay, what the Bronx means to me, and I beat the whole Bronx. What the Knicks means to me is everything. If I'm in China touring, if I'm anywhere else, different time zone, I'm watching the Knicks. I eat, sleep, drink the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks organization for treating me like I belong there. They've been watching me for 30 years sitting there, whether it was up a deck or courtside, and they honored it. And the fans said, you know what? This guy is a real fan. He didn't just come around now. This guy been through the thick and thin. And so I love them for that. And New York City, I did this for you. Not only am I the biggest fan of the Knicks, but I felt in some way like I'm a reflection of the people. And when I sit courtside, I feel like the hood has equity in Madison Square Garden. When I sit there, the projects made it. The hood made it. You know where we from, Hannah. You came to my project, so you know where it is.
You've done so much for where you're from, for the entire city, giving back tomorrow with this unbelievable hip-hop presence at the parade. Fat Joe, what a pleasure to see you. Have an incredible time tomorrow. And then maybe after that, you'll get some sleep.
Love you, Hannah. I think after that, I might get some sleep.
Are dominating. Shamet goes right at Wemby, blocked again. It's a Wembanyama block party here in the first half.
Dylan Harper has been by far the best player off the bench.
He's unstoppable right now.
Knicks have had some miraculous comebacks throughout these playoffs. Can they do it again?
Jalen Brunson with another answer. It's over. It's over. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
Well, Knicks won the championship on Saturday, parades tomorrow, but now the NBA offseason's in full swing. So let's go through some of the notable dates on the calendar over the next month. NBA draft gets us started on June 23rd, followed by free agency, the negotiating period, the week after. Teams can then begin signing free agents to contracts on July 6th, and Summer League would tip off July 3rd and last through the 19th. Of course, one of the biggest off-season storylines involves the Warriors. And for more on what they're going to be up to, our NBA senior writer, Anthony Slater, he joins me now. And the Warriors, basically their core in the final chapter. So is LeBron James when you talk about his career. But he is an unrestricted free agent, still has a lot of game. He can help the Golden State Warriors get back to being a contender. I guess, is there a possibility that we see the Warriors make an offer to King James in the offseason here this summer?
Well, there's interest. The Warriors are very open to it, and their motivations are simple. They need talent. They're soft on the wing right now with Jimmy Butler rehabbing a knee injury, Moses Moody rehabbing a knee injury. They don't have much of a financial tool. It's $15.1 million non-taxpayer mid-level that they could offer to LeBron, and they'd be willing to. They have a recruitment of Steph Curry and Draymond Green are very friendly with LeBron. He played under Steve Kerr in the Olympics. So that is the pitch. But now to the bad news. It's only $15.1 million. That's a huge pay cut for LeBron. It's less than the Lakers can pay him. And as of late, the intel that the Warriors are getting is that it's likely LeBron is to go back to the Lakers. But I will say, if those negotiations fall apart, if he does not go back to the Lakers, the Warriors are sitting there with, waiting arms.
Okay, so if it's not then LeBron, how about Kawhi Leonard? Remember leading up to February's trade deadline, they kind of looked in on that. Could they revisit that again and try to make a move for Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah, they felt the Clippers engaged more than in the past on Kawhi Leonard at the deadline. But the reality is, at the end of the day, come decision time, they were told Steve Ballmer said no. And as of right now, the signs heading into the transaction cycle of the NBA season is Steve Ballmer is still saying no. He wants to keep Kawhi Leonard with the Clippers. And if that's the case and the Warriors can't get in on that, then they need to look in-house a little bit. They expect Draymond Green likely at this point to opt in. They're interested in bringing Kristaps Porzingis back, and they have the 11th pick in next week's draft. Now, that is, they can get an appealing prospect with that, but if anybody wants to get in on a trade with the Warriors, that is also a very interesting trade piece.
All right, if you want to know more on what Golden State plans to do this all season, you can read Anthony's article, Everything We Know About a Pivotal Warriors Offseason. You can catch it on ESPN.com. Anthony Slater, thank you, man.
Of course, you could also talk to NBA front office insider Bobby Marks with some more perspective on this. Let's get practical here, Bobby. Crunch some numbers, some reality. What's the most likely path forward for Golden State?
Yeah, I don't know if Warrior fans want to hear this, but there's a chance that the roster that lost to Phoenix in that playing tournament could be back as same. Anthony mentioned the 11th pick in the draft, and that is certainly valuable there. They can certainly get an impact player. Jakob Lendenberg from Michigan is certainly a name to watch there. But Hannah, for me, it's hard to see how you can go out and add in free agency. Anthony mentioned that $15.1 million non-tax mid-level. That might cost you Kristaps Porzingis. On the trade front, how do you cobble together enough salary to go out and make a deal for a player like Trey Murphy? Remember, when you have Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry making over $115 million, that leaves you basically with Draymond Green's salary at $27.7 million. He's got a player option. He can't be traded unless he opts in. And after that, it's Moses Moody, it's Brandon Podziemski. So the hard part, as you said, is cobbling together enough money to go out and make a deal out there.
Okay, so we're playing Let's Make a Deal with Giannis Watch as well, leading up to the draft. Boston, Miami, apparently both talking to Miami for months, or both talking to the Bucks for months. So which one makes the most sense? Give me East Coast, give me Florida. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I'm in Florida right now, so I'm just going to stay in Florida, right? So I would say, and I've tossed and turned on this, is it Jalen Brown? Is it the Heat package? I think when you look at Miami, they check the boxes for the 3 boxes for Giannis. When you have a win-now player, which is Tyler Hero. And remember,